Welcome guys back into my nice beautiful video here. So guess what happens? You must understand every single day happens with you something that's amazing. You have to understand every single day you must go and do your best so that you can go and love your life. So every single day you're loving your life. I mean, just focus upon understanding that you have to do your work, you have to do something around yourself every single day. So focus upon an area that you can go to where there is no wind actually blowing into your microphone piece and where there's peace and quiet, so where there's no people around you. Or else that, you must understand, I'm next to a car park here in Newcastle, but I'm down an alleyway. I just went down an alleyway where nobody's going to walk past me and where there's no cars and where there's no people, so I can just stay here and do my work. But over here, or else there's a car park. Yes, and although that's why I have a nice beautiful portable speaker this time inside of my trolley. So I understand the reason I'm doing this is so that I can test out my nice beautiful sound quality and see how it is in the nice beautiful spacing over here. But my nice beautiful microphone is inside of my trolley, while my nice beautiful plastic bag, in terms of my green bag, is just on the side over here outside of the trolley, and so is my shoulder bag holding the trolley so that the trolley doesn't push this way. You understand? Because I place my shoulder bag on the wheels of the trolley, so the trolley will never move. You understand? So that's my shoulder bag use. Otherwise, every single day you must understand that no matter what you're doing, you have to focus upon understanding that sometimes you have to put your nice beautiful portable speaker on loud volume and the loudest it can be, so that you can hear yourself while you're speaking and doing something in your nice beautiful video. But make sure you understand that what's important is understanding that you must do whatever it takes to understand that your audio and videos must have no wind actually pushing into the video as much as possible, because that way you're going to be understanding that it's a much better quality video that you're producing. But be honest with yourself every single day to go around the area where you live and just make sure you're 100 meter, just make sure that you're 100 meters in radius to do your work every single day. So focus upon understanding that whatever you're doing today, you can achieve it if you always go with yourself and love yourself every single day. But focus upon understanding how to do your work daily, and do your work daily with yourself and forget everybody else. You must understand that what's important every single day is focusing upon something that you love to do. So when you love to do something very much, you're going to go on a video and you're going to be passionate about your nice beautiful passions today, because passion, in terms of what you're passionate about, is information about something. So every single day, understand that, for example, in the past 5 days now, I've been falling asleep around 5 a.m. You understand? I realize the people around me who are sleeping around me have been falling asleep at 12, while I've been working up and working all night, just working on my information product. So, for example, today I went into my nice beautiful bathroom to have a shower and groom, and guess what? I'm planning along the way and looking at myself in the mirror while doing so. Understand? So that's something that you can do, is plan in the mirror with your journal while you're looking at yourself. So I understand either way that my nice beautiful music tracks, for example, I understand there's so many problems that I have to remove in my life. Although I understand that now I have no problems, but what's amazing is understand that when problems show up and something shows up where you're becoming stuck in making music or you're becoming stuck in life, or else you have to remove something from that life of yours so that you can have a better solution into how you can live your life and do what you want to do with what you can do. So for example, I understand that many music producer artists are creating all this beautiful music, but I just dream to be able to make music like them in a different way. You understand? Although I'm doing that, I'm just doing that right now, but I want my sound to just be much better, and that's what I'm actually wishing for. Although I understand that to get the sound that I actually need, I have to go into my music and what I've actually made in the previous tracks. So I've made over 45 tracks, so I can only ever make that. So to sum up all the 45 music tracks together, what kind of track can I pull out of that now? I realize when I make 100 tracks or soundtracks in my life, I go into the 100 tracks that I've already made, and what kind of sound or architecture can I make basing it on this architecture now that I've already made, so that I can do something that I can do. Because when you're doing something that you can never do, you must understand that you can do it if you set your mind to it. You must understand that your direction is the way to go, and that your melodies and your composition and everything that you want to make is yours. You must understand, to be original about it, you must create something that you love. Whereas I understand I love Armin van Buuren's music, I love deadmau5 music, I love other people's audios and everything, but I still have to do my own audios. I can do this every single day. I can create new content like this in a different way every single day, I promise you. And that's why I have my nice beautiful portable speaker, and that's why I'm a music producer, and everything I do in terms of my Mega Drive is just me in terms of my eye. I produce Danny Milivojevic, and that's who I am. I am the word I. You must understand, every single day I focus upon understanding that when some people or when somebody is talking to you, in terms of one-on-one talking to you, you must understand that you are much more important than that individual. So if you have something so much to do that's so much more important than talking to them in that moment, I mean, make sure you understand that you're going to do you then. But let's say it's never that important to you to do something that you love to do, but you want to talk to them because that's something that you love to do also, or else then you can actually talk to them as well while you're doing what you love to do as well. You understand? I want to show that every single day focus upon understanding that the best equation about music and life is finding a way to understand that no matter what, that you go and really be minimal about what you're doing. So for example, every single day you have to talk in the broadest range. You have to understand that you have to go away into your music production or life and remove certain obstacles from your life that's just too difficult to do for now. I promise you, although go do something that's really easy to do for you that you can do in terms of content creation, and just go and be able, go and be able to do that. Or else now, for example, in music production, or else now I'll give you a few tips and skills about music production. Or else make your own melodies, but sometimes take away from the melody so that you can make a nice beautiful track that can actually go with the melody. In a sense, sometimes some notes in your melodies don't ever go with each other. Although understand that sometimes it does. Or else now, guess what? Or else that you have to make your melody work the whole way through. But sometimes you can take away from the melody, and sometimes you can add to the melody. Or else sometimes you can take away a certain kick and make another kick. Sometimes you can make another synth or another melody line or lead generation in terms of a synth line where you can make a different sound than the one that you have. You can also unplug all the plugins from that sound so that you can make a new sound. You understand? Go make new something, or else go and make new something in terms of something that's new every single day, and then focus upon understanding that if you want to make music, you make it 4 beat tracks in terms of 4 kick tracks. And now what is that? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Or is that is your melody line? But that is something that's a short techno way to say that is how you're going to make your tracks. But then if you just give it attention and you just look at the small details of life in all aspects of life, or else that's how you live life. You have to understand that to make a big track, you have to look at the small details of everything. Or else if you want to live a big life, you have to look at the small aspects first. You understand? You never just come into life and live it. You never come into life living a big life. You understand? You live a small life, and then you go big. You understand? Well, that's how it is. So for me to make music now, I understand that what's important for me in terms of life overall is making sure that I coach you basing it on the broad range of ideas. Because guess what? Or else every single day I focus upon making sure that my melodies and my structure and everything I'm doing is organizational in a way that I can do it. And understand that sometimes some bricks or something is going to block you from your path. So remove the bricks. You understand? Go somewhere else and do something that you can do, is all I'm saying. So if you have 100 tracks, make the same 100 tracks in a different way. I promise you. And it comes out different, and then you're going to learn something new. If you have been traveling throughout life, go the same way in a different way. You understand? Go do your skills and information and everything that you learned upon the way in a different way. I promise you, that's all it is. So every single day, focus upon understanding that now I always have to plan my life ahead. I always have to be making sure that my life is something better than before. So when I'm doing that, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm planning my life ahead. So I always have to be doing my content online. I have to be making sure that my videos and audio quality is all getting up in terms of I'm teaching you the most I can. So recently I made a 4.5-hour video, but that video is full of, let's say, wind pushing into my microphone. But understand that no matter what, that my microphone, in terms of the actual ceiling of the microphone and the microphone head and all that, is never where the actual sound in terms of the wind is pushing into. Whereas now I understand that what's amazing is understand that I have to find out much more about microphones and everything. So I do plug in my microphone, but then that microphone piece has to be going all the way into my microphone. But because of that, I understand that what's amazing is understand every single day, focus upon understanding yourself. So when the wind's pushing, or else it may be pushing into another actual part of my phone for some reason. You understand? So what's amazing is my microphone does work, but then the wind is pushing maybe through the actual jack of the microphone or something like that, and then it may be pushing into the actual audio sound. So understand that it can be also that my actual wind is pushing into the microphone piece over here. But guess what? Or else that what's amazing is understand I'm trying to give you the best audio every single day. I'm trying to go somewhere where there's no wind. I went into an alleyway. You understand? So how can there be wind much in an alleyway? Or else or else there is some wind over here, but there's less wind here than there is over there where the park is, because over here it's covered by walls. I have a covering of walls around me. So I understand that what's amazing is understand that I go somewhere where it's less, let's say, loud, and I go the quiet way, but I go with the wind. I go and love everything impossible in my life, but I just make sure every single day that what you understand is go and focus upon an area of your life where you can be silent right now. But you try to be silent as much as you can, and try to understand that if wind is pushing into your microphone and your actual life coaching videos, I mean, go and find yourself a strategy to go somewhere where there's no wind in the first place. And just do your content there. But let's make sure that there's no people around you as well except you. That's the best way to do anything. So focus upon understanding that you can always do your content as long as you're with yourself. But if you're with other people, they start to distract you. So I understand that either way. You must understand that what's amazing is every single day promote people. Or else that, for example, Sunset Brothers, I understand they're DJs. But they have a beautiful studio and they have everything beautiful. But guess what? Or else that some stuff in their life is a massive problem. And I can see it. And now they want to make music, but they're inviting 50 people into their studio room. I mean, how are you going to make music? I mean, how are you going to make music with 50 people always talking to you in your room? I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand if you want to create music and you want to do live coaching videos and you want to do something that's your business, I mean, get away from other people because they just will distract you. I mean, they're just going to distract you and watch you. I mean, why do you need them to watch you? I mean, why do you need them around you in the first place? I mean, go with you and your friend who are music producers or you and your co-partners and go and do something together away from people so that you can focus on your business, which is an information product. I mean, what is Sunset Brothers? I mean, what is I? I mean, what is everything in this life? I promise you, everything is the word I in information. I promise you, everything is information, but I'm the word I only. I promise you, everything is the word I. Or else everything I understand about life is just the word I. I mean, do you understand? Actually, that way I can grow because that's the only aspect of life that I do know, which is the word I. Actually, everything else I still have to learn about it. You understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding that's how I grow. I grow through life coaching methods and making sure I'm every single day leading people into greatness. So every single day I focus upon understanding that there's always more to do. So understand every single day that if you're picking your nose in the video or something like that, I mean, just make sure that you understand that you just be quick about it. You understand? So just do this because I understand sometimes you can get an itch or something like that. But guess what? I mean, just make sure you're never hurting other people physically. I mean, you understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding that you need a greater attitude today than ever before. You understand? You need to be doing something that's really going to help you daily. So focus upon that and focus upon understanding that life is never about the physical aspects of life, whereas life is about the spiritual aspects. So make sure you understand I'm communicating more today with myself than ever before. And that's why I'm my best friend. And that's why I'm something in my life. I mean, you understand? Because I love myself so much that I communicate just with myself in terms of my I. I never need other people to communicate with. I never go messaging people online anymore because guess what's happening around the world? Or else everybody's going into the word I. I mean, do you understand? I mean, everybody's trying to pull away from you now. I promise you, everybody's trying to run away from you because they want to go with the word I instead. I promise you now, I want to run away from you because I want to go back into my I. I want to go my way in terms of my I. I never want to go your way. I want to go I because I is original. You want to go back to your I. So you're going to go your way, I'm going to go my way. I mean, you understand? Or else we're going separate ways, but in the same direction. You understand? Or else when you go your way and I go my way, or else we're still going in the same direction. You're just never going towards me. I'm never going towards you. I'm going towards I. You're going towards I. You understand? So everybody around you right now is trying to pull away from you, and that's why they're not replying to you. Or else that's why they're not talking to you. Because they are trying to focus on themselves and their business. I mean, so never take it personally, but never message them. I mean, never try to message millionaires and billionaires. I mean, never try to message them because guess what happens? Or else they do nothing about you. I mean, they do nothing about you. Or else now you can follow them online, but you never have to talk to them personally. You don't have to talk to me personally. I mean, I just talk to you like this because what's amazing is understand that every single day you have to be leading people. You have to be focusing on your concentration and your focus, which is I. I brush every single day, come back to the I, and you'll have much more time management, and you'll have everything you ever need, because I is more enough for you to achieve everything. Whereas now, I fall asleep very quickly, within 10 minutes. I can fall asleep because I have a peaceful life. I stay in silence, I get away from people. I'm never living with my biological parents anymore. I mean, in a sense, I can give money to have rent in my life. Although, guess what? I realize everything's for free. I mean, why is that? Because I'm giving information. I'm giving you information because I understand that's the only freedom road. Or there's nothing else that you have to do in life other than talk up more and speak up more, because that's your only passion. Your only passion in life is to talk more. So what kind of areas of life can you talk more in? You can talk with people through your music. You can talk through people in your audio content. You can talk through people with how you dress and how you do anything in your life. You just have to be doing that much more. You understand? You have to be understanding that there is no limits in life unless you place limits on yourself. Because there's nothing that you can never achieve in this life when you can achieve it. You understand? You can achieve everything you ever set out to do as long as you go your direction. Because your direction is the spiritual direction. So understand it's never anybody else that's going to teach anything. Because I may give you all these ideas, but you still have to teach it to yourself. I promise you, although you have to capture the ideas and you have to apply it. You understand? So every single day, I focus upon understanding that I just want to be away from people. I just want to be alone. I just want to be with my word I never need anything other than I. Every single day, I focus upon understanding that there's always a better world for me in terms of my I. I'm pretty sure everywhere that I want to go, I achieve it in my information. I can go anywhere I want to go with my information. You understand? I'm pretty sure I have already. I'm pretty sure all the visions that I ever dreamt of and everything I ever place in my nice, beautiful vision board in terms of images, I already have it. I have it in the images. I have it in the information. I mean, understand? I mean, you can achieve all your goals now if you just realize and self-realize that you have it now already. Or as whatever you want, you have it now already in your spiritual dome. You have it now already in your communicational skills. I mean, guess what? I've already been to Ibiza. I've already been all around the world. I mean, do you understand? I mean, it's that simple. I mean, where else is it to travel now? I've been everywhere. I mean, do you understand? I understand, although I've achieved everything of this life. I mean, understand? Because I say so. I say so. So, or I say, what do I do now? Or else I just start growing. I have nowhere else to be other than my word I. And that's it. I have everything. Because that's how simple my goal is, isn't it? Because now, you may want to go to Spain. You may want to go to Egypt. You may want to go all around the world. I mean, maybe you've just been living in Sydney all your life. I mean, maybe you've just been living in your town all your life. I mean, you've already been everywhere as long as you say that I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. I just have to be in the word I. And that's all. I mean, that's all you can achieve. I mean, there's nothing else you have to achieve other than being your word I. I mean, just say I've been everywhere. I mean, there's nothing else for me to achieve other than the word I much more daily. I just have to be speaking the word I much more daily, and I'm happier with my life. And that's it. I mean, isn't that a simple goal? I mean, if somebody asks you, have you been to Spain? You say, I've been to Spain. I mean, how is it? I mean, it's beautiful over there. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, where is Spain? I mean, is it located, I mean, do you believe the location of Spain is in Europe somewhere? I mean, do you believe that really? I mean, guess what? What's amazing is understand that the only word of life that you must know, and the only actual parable or any sentence or any wisdom of life you must know is the word I. I've already been to Spain. I've been everywhere. I mean, how do you understand that Australia is Spain? I mean, Australia is Spain. I mean, Australia is Argentina. I mean, Australia is everything. You understand? I mean, guess what? Every single day I focus upon understanding that my word is everything in terms of my I. I understand every single day, focus upon understanding I've already been where my goals are. I already have everything I ever want because I say so. I already have everything because I understand every single day that's my reality. I bring reality into the moment and I say I have it all. I mean, understand? Because that's the only way I never lack anything anymore. I just say I have what you have. I have that. I mean, you have a Ferrari. I have that already. I have my eyes, or else my eye is a Ferrari. I mean, understand? I mean, what? I mean, what? I mean, who said the Ferrari is a car? I mean, a Ferrari is my word I. I mean, understand? I approach every single day. Focus upon understanding that. I mean, you can achieve everything. I mean, you have a beautiful girlfriend. I have your beautiful girlfriend already. I have your husband. I have your kids already. I have everything. I have Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I have everything. I mean, understand? I mean, there's no chance that you can say that I lack something. I never lack anything. I never lack something. I mean, understand? Because I understand the word I. I understand that's how I speak. I never lack anything. I realize that if my parents shall pass away, I already have that. I have everything. I have everything in my life. I mean, you must understand that I never perish. Or else nothing ever perishes in life. I still have them in spirituality. I still have them in my words. I can speak to them in my words. I mean, how are you, my biological dad? I am very good. How are you? I'm very good. I'm just doing myself over here. I can still speak to them like this. I mean, understand? And now, is that crazy? I promise you, I'm not crazy. I can speak to anybody like this. Understand? Because who is anybody? I mean, just the word I is everything. I mean, understand? So every single day, understand that I never get upset anymore about anything. I mean, the woman wants to go with the other man because of 2 centimeter muscles. I mean, go. I mean, I already have you anyway. I already have everything. I mean, understand? I never need anything else in my life other than the word I. I just need the word I. So every single day, I focus on understanding that much more. And then I just come and do my work over here because I have a long life to live. I have a long life to live. Approach, there's so much to do in this lifetime that I already achieve it all. I already have it all. I've already done it all. I mean, understand? Because I understand that what's amazing is I'm at the peak of my lifestyle. I'm a best version. I mean, that's everything. I understand? I'm a best version today, and I'm just cruising for our life. I'm cruising. You understand? I'm just enjoying everything that I have. And that's it. That's how you really live life. You have to be grateful for your life totally, and then you have to understand every single day that you can achieve what you set out to do every single day. But focus on understanding that other people will never believe in you, or they believe in themselves only. I mean, and some people never even believe in themselves. Or some people may believe in you, but how do you really understand that they believe in you? I mean, are they contacting you every day to message you and to say, I want to inspire you today? I mean, are they doing that? I promise you, if they're not doing that, I promise you, how do they really believe in you? I promise you, you must believe in you. You understand? I promise you, nobody is coming up to me daily to try to inspire me. I promise you, nobody, except I. I'm the only one in my life who tries to inspire I promise you, that's it. I promise you, there's nothing else, and there's nobody else that tries to inspire I except I. I mean, that's it. I promise you, every single day, I focus on understanding that you are I, and if I have to message you so that I can see I again, I promise you, I can already see I, so why do I have to message you? I mean, you are I. I mean, why do I have to go messaging all those women? Because you have to understand, those women are I. I already have I. I mean, why do I need them? You understand? I promise you, every single day, focus on understanding that's the best way. First, the best way is your way, and focus on understanding how to lift people. You have to focus upon understanding every single day that there's always much more to do. So focus upon how can you lift people. You have to lift people, you have to understand every single day to do your work and to be charging your technology and do your best to make sure you're protecting your technology in a way that nobody else steals it. You understand? Because sometimes when something's valuable for you to do your work, you have to understand to guard it with your life. Because what's amazing is do your work regardless of what you have. I mean, just make sure you have to understand it's really go into yourself and be the best version of yourself. I mean, that's what you have to do daily. I promise you, it's that simple. I promise you, it's very simple. But understand to focus on yourself because you're going to be going throughout life alone. You're going to understand every single day that you're going to be doing something that you love to do. So when you love to do something every single day, focus upon understanding that you must go and focus upon yourself. And when you're focusing upon yourself, you do something that you love to do. And that's the only version of yourself that you need to do. I mean, there's nothing else to do except what you love to do. Or there's nothing that you hate in life. So never say that you hate something. I mean, never say that you dislike something or somebody or some situation because you have to love that situation. You have to love that person. You have to love the individual you are. You have to love everything about you every single day. So focus on understanding that there's always much more to do, but understand that I'm trying to give you the best audio that I can. I'm trying because understand that if I work, let's say, around people, I understand that they just make noise. Whereas if I start doing this in a hostel, I mean, there's 10 people around me. I mean, so guess what? Or else that you must understand that currently, or else there's another guy, but he wants to sleep. Or else I never want to bother him. Or else I have to go somewhere out and about to do this. You understand? I have to just go out somewhere and just do this content. And regardless of the noise, I mean, I hope you understand me that I'm doing my best that I can. Whereas when I'm doing this content out on the street somewhere, you understand why there's noise around me? I mean, understand because I'm traveling. I'm traveling while I'm doing my work. So understand either way, it's for free. I mean, you have nothing to lose. In a sense, so every single day, focus upon understanding that if you hear wind and if you hear anything in my videos because of outside scenarios or something, I mean, just understand I'm traveling and it means that I'm still doing my work, but it's for free and I'm not charging you for this, but I'm just here to help you, really, because it's for free. I mean, understand, I'm here to help you. I mean, just be honest with yourself and understand that, and then understand that I am still talking over the wind. I'm still talking over the sounds, you understand? So you can still hear me. But understand, I'm trying to make sure that my audio is becoming straight down the middle so that you can hear me on both ends. Understand? So every single day I'm trying to focus upon something that I love to do. But I found a nice beautiful microphone where it's an actual dynamic microphone. I understand condenser microphones, but there's a nice beautiful dynamic microphone. And there's a nice beautiful way to, let's say, attach something to the back of your phone, which actually goes into the phone, which can also Bluetooth your phone, or as your microphone in terms of your microphone into the phone itself with a Bluetooth to speak on one of these actual dynamic microphones by Bluetooth, and then you can hear me like that. And there's no cables, you understand? And there's no need for me to even have a portable speaker on me as well. But I understand either way, I need a portable speaker right now because I'm a music producer anyway. So instead of me having to go to the shop now and get myself a $500 microphone with one of those Bluetooth headsets where I can post it just behind my phone to connect the nice beautiful cable into the phone so that you can hear me on one of these microphones instead. I just connect my nice beautiful microphone into my portable speaker over here and I amplify my sound so you can still hear me. And I save $500 like that. Understand? I save $500 just like that. Or is that it's a nice way to understand that you can do your videos on a nice beautiful dynamic microphone that's Bluetooth that actually helps you to speak like this just without a portable speaker and also without a cable. I mean, do you understand? So it's amazing that you can do that today. Or else now eventually I may get one. I may get one of those. I understand it's $5,000, but guess what? Or else that it's worth it. Or else why not? Or else every single day focus upon understanding that there's always something more affordable. Understand? Or else do your content anyway, but do it the free way. I mean, why do you have to give $500 when you can have $500 to travel to Port Macquarie and Coffs Harbour and Brisbane and Early Beach? I mean, you can go to 3 areas with that money. Or else every single day focus upon understanding to travel more and understand either way that I'm doing my work. Understand? So for sure, what's amazing is every single day focus upon understanding that the world is not poor, or else there's nothing poor around you, or else everything is rich. For sure, everything is rich. So look at everything as rich. You understand? And now, because other people consider themselves poor, or else now that's why they are poor. Or else if you say that you are poor, you're then poor. I'm never poor. I never call you poor because you have to understand that what's amazing, you are never poor. For sure, every single day I'm focusing upon something better for my life. So when I focus upon lifting you only, actually, that's how I lift myself. I lift myself for different ways of communication, and I do it differently because I've done it over 700 times. I understand? I've done my videos over 700 hours, and I understand I do it differently every single time. I understand? So I'm always adding information into YouTube, but I have to be consistent. I have to be understanding every single day that for the next whatever amount of years that I'm alive, I have to be doing my work. I have to be doing something. So I get into my trolley. I have everything that I never need. You understand? And I just make sure to go and lift people. I lift people with whatever I have in life, and that's it. I brush every single day. I place everything into my trolley. I said that I myself understand that every single time I get into my eye only, and then I understand I go and really lift people. I lift people in different ways, and then that's how I really understand how to live life. I live life through different ways of believing and different ways of doing everything that I do. But I understand although that I just believe one Jesus Christ in terms of the information of Jesus Christ is everything that I believe only. There's nothing else that I believe about this life other than Jesus Christ Bible, because that is the whole process of information. And now, if I even go further than that, or else everything I ever believe in right now is just my word I. There's nothing else I believe in except the word I. In that sense, so I went from a big thick book of the Bible to believing in just the word I. I mean, isn't that a lot of pages gone into just the word I? You must understand that every single day, that everything in life, I'm pretty sure I just believe my word I. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else I believe. I mean, so every single day, I understand who I am. I understand I'm the word I. And that's what I believe in. I believe in the word I. And that's what my eternity is. Or that's something that's heaven to me. You understand? That's how I really live life. I live life going alone because I understand everybody else is a disappointment. I'm pretty sure I'll never be there for you physically. And yes, spiritually, I'm pretty sure I'll be there for you spiritually. But they'll never follow you around. Or else they'll never hold your hand. Or else they'll never try to hug you. Or else they'll never try to be there for you daily. You understand? Or else they'll pass away too and they'll just disappoint you. So never be around other people in the first place because they're just disappointing you always, physically. I mean, you understand? Whereas they'll always disappoint you physically. So the whole point of life is go alone and travel alone and just understand that your parents shall pass away as well, and understand that they will disappoint you like that. Unfortunately, they'll pass away from this world, and then you can only ever see them in the spiritual dome, and that's what you become aware of. Or else when your parents and your grandfather and your biological family or somebody dies around you, or else they leave a spiritual path for you to recognize them with. Or else, for example, Eddie Guerrero dies. I understand now I can see him spiritually. You understand? Because I understand either way, my grandfather did the ante. He passes away. I can see him spiritually anyway. I understand he's never there. He's never here physically to say something, really, but he's saying a lot spiritually to me. Or he's talking to me spiritually daily. Or my grandfather, Pedrag, or else he passes away at 93, but guess what? Or else he's here. I mean, everybody's here spiritually. Or else Jesus Christ is never here physically, but he's here spiritually. You understand? Or you can see Jesus Christ spiritually, you understand? So I'm here for you spiritually, the same way everybody around you is here for you spiritually, and Jesus Christ. So every single day, understand that you can speak to everybody spiritually, but be more silent along the way, and understand that it's never about giving live performances in front of people anymore. I promise you that the world is traveling somewhere fast and traveling somewhere different now, where more people are trying to do these live performances in front of people who never appreciate them. I promise you, why you want to be around people who never appreciate you? I promise you, never appreciate you physically. I promise you, they never want to follow you physically. You understand? I promise you, what you have to understand, it's more around you being with yourself more than other people. I promise you, that's the only indulgence that you need to be doing. You have to understand that your road is the best word. I promise you, it's the best word. It's promise you, it's the best way. I promise you, every single day, you must understand that when I'm living life, I try to focus upon myself and how do I just become successful. I mean, how do I live my life? I can live with $2 million in terms of plastic money for the next 72 years. I mean, guess what? They're all talking about how they want to make billions of dollars, or they want to make billions of plastic money. I mean, I just have to make $2 million in plastic money over my lifetime of 72 years and more. I mean, you understand? Because I'll be 100. I'm already 100 years of age. You understand? Because I say so. I promise you, either way, I already have all the money in my word eye. I promise you, all that plastic money that I ever need, I promise you, it's everything in my eye now. I promise you, everything in terms of life that I need is in my word eye only. I promise you, nothing else do I need. I promise you, I need nothing else. I never need anything else except the word I. Because that's the only spiritual dome. I never need this phone. I never need the portable speaker. I don't need anything other than my word I. I mean, you understand? I have everything in my word I. That's the only aspect that satisfies me in terms of my I. I mean, in a sense, so every single day I focus upon understanding that now much greater, and I'm much more spiritual now than ever before, because I understand something. I understand something about lifting people. I understand how I can actually go and grow now. I understand now that I just go the I way. I go I way and I just enjoy my life alone. And that's it. I go silently and that's it. I'm just doing my work all the time and I'm peaceful. I'm enjoying my bliss and peace. I understand that kids, I have kids in my word I. I have your wife and your husband and everything that you have in the word I. I have everything that you ever want. Everything I have every single day is I'm focusing upon doing my life much better. So when I really do something that I really love to do every single day, I'm focusing upon how to lift people. So when I lift people, I'm teaching you the aspects of life that I have every single day. So every single day, I'm focusing upon how can I be much more of my life in terms of I. Whereas everything I have to do in life to really, really focus upon a better strategy is increase the word I in my life. And that way I really, really lift myself all the time. I'm always focusing upon that. I'm always making sure I lift people. I promise you, that's everything I have to do every single day. So I'm always doing something that I love to do. In a sense, so I'm going back to the I because that's what I love to do. I just have to speak the word I daily. So I'm always focusing upon understanding that there's always more to do in my life to make sure I can go and process something that I love to do, which is the word I, and I do it in a video daily because that's my only passion. Or that's the only word I'm actually an expert in. I'm only an expert in the word I. That's it. Now, if somebody around you is making noise and doing whatever, I mean, focus on you and look at your image rather than their image, because your image is much more important. But guess what? Or else everybody else is wasting their time. I mean, they're just wasting their time, but go and make a greater legacy for yourself and go and understand how it is to go and look at yourself in the mirror and love yourself. I mean, you have to be loving yourself, but I'd rather look at myself over here and understand either way that what's amazing is I'd rather do so because I understand my beautiful tonality and what I'm doing daily is something that I love to do. So focus upon understanding how can you really live your life. You have to live your life in ways that really, really enable you to go into your words sometimes and love your words, you understand? Because understand that those people around you sometimes just want to really, let's say, have fun with themselves, where you're understanding either way that what's important is you're focusing on your words while you speak. And that way you can also be spiritual by talking with yourself all day long in a positive way, because that's how you really lift people. You lift people through different ways of believing in yourself, and that way you understand every single day you're going to do something that you love to do. So every single day, focus upon what you want to do every single day, and that way you're going to be actually much more quiet when other people are louder than you. You understand? Because that's the whole point. Approach, the whole point is making sure that whatever you want to do daily is that you're quieter than other people who are louder. You understand? Because when you're going around yourself every single day and you're focusing on something that you love to do, you'll understand every single day there's always more to do. So focus upon understanding how you can actually lift your life. I realize that's the whole point. I realize every single day you're always lifting yourself. You'll focus upon understanding that there are guys over there who are just very drunk, you understand? So I understand they're very dangerous as well. So I just focus upon myself. I focus upon lifting myself. So every single day I understand that there's always more to do like that. I promise you, every single day I'm focusing upon what I love to do, but I just ignore them. I just talk over them because this is my spot over here, and this is where I came to make sure that I can live my life. I have to live my life in a different way. I have to be doing something that I love to do. So I focus upon understanding that I can always talk around the crowd much louder than them if something happens, because what's important in my life is understanding I have to do my work over here. So understand I just have to keep talking much more, and that's why I'm just focusing on myself, because they may be talking over there and being on the piss. I mean, they're all drunk over there, but they're talking over and they're trying to talk over me. But guess what? I'm just here talking with you. You understand? I'm just here focusing on myself. I'm focusing on something that I love to do, and I'm talking over them. I'm talking over them so that nothing can affect me, because I understand that what's important is focusing on my words and what I'm doing daily, because that's something that interests I. Personally, that's how I'm lifting people. Personally, that's the only aspect of life that actually makes me really, really do what I love to do. So that's how I really focus upon something that I love, which is I. Personally, every single day I focus upon lifting people. I focus upon ideas. I focus upon understanding that there's always more to do every single day, and that's how I really, really do anything to lift my life. But if people around you are negative, you have to understand to be much more silent around them when they approach you. And when they start to get negative around you, I mean, just pack up your stuff and be silent and just go, you understand? Because that's the only aspect of life that you can do. But understand that you never ever try to compete with the crowd who is negative around you for the tone of the crowd, you understand? Because you're never going to follow them and you're never going to be with them. So what you have to do daily is focus upon understanding that there's always something more to do. So every single day, focus upon yourself the most, and that's how you're going to lift people. That's the only way you can do anything. But understand that these people over here are showing me no respect at all. They're showing me no respect because they're just standing around there and they realize I'm doing some work over here, but guess what's happening over here? I realize they're just talking over the video and they're just trying to disrupt my video. I realize either way, you must understand it's 20 of them and it's one of I. I'm pretty sure that, guess what? I'm pretty sure I'm just doing my work, aren't I? I'm pretty sure the whole point of really my conversation with you here is focusing upon myself and how I'm growing myself through everything. Because there's nothing to be afraid of, but understand every single day that you get louder and louder and louder if people are trying to, let's say, attack you. And understand every single day that you can also be much more silent as well while they are doing so. But make sure you understand that what's important is just never physically try to abuse anybody, because that's how you really, really, let's say, live your life. You live your life making sure that you're never physically hurting other people. So focusing on yourself every single day is the idea. You have to be doing something that you love to do daily, and that's how you really go and do your work. Go do your work and go do something that you love to do daily, and then you'll focus upon ideas and something that really lifts you every single day. And that's the motivational technique that you're giving. You're giving something of high caliber, you're giving something that you love to do daily, and then understand that's the ideas. You're giving ideas, you're giving communicational signals, you're giving something that's really, really helping you move forward. But understanding every single day that if some days and people are not causing violence, you must understand then that they are positive in some kind of way, but they just want to be around you. Do you understand? But guess what? Or else then you talk over them. Or else when you're alone and you're doing your content, but they want to be around you talking, guess what? Or else either you pick up your stuff and go somewhere else, or you talk over them. Understand? But if they're really trying to disrupt you and they're really trying to get around your video, rather than if they're really trying to stop you from doing what you want to do, you pack up your stuff, you be silent, and you just go somewhere else. Understand? I'm pretty sure it's that simple. So every single day, focus upon yourself, because your image of yourself is much more important than what they're doing. Focus upon your life, because your life is much more important than what other people are doing. Focus on your life more than what I'm doing. Every single day, focus upon yourself much more than anybody else, because that way you're going to lift yourself. You're going to be encouraging yourself daily. So that's the only point of recommendation daily, is focusing upon something that you love to do. So every single day, focus on your words and your ideas and making sure that you're lifting people daily, because that's the only aspect of life that you can do. But make sure you understand that when other people are giving you attention, you focus on yourself and you do yourself the best favors in the world, and you're making sure every single day that those favors that you're giving yourself is the ideas and the information to help people. Or else you have to be helping people in every single different way possible, but making sure every single day that you're doing your work daily. You have to be doing your work daily to really, really amplify yourself. You have to understand, you have to Understand that anything that amplifies you is information. So when you're focusing on information daily and you're going that road where you're helping people and more enough you're helping them to succeed much more, you focus upon a life where you're just greatness. You're just understanding every single day you're great. You're great at what you want to do. You're just focusing upon your life and how you communicate and what you want to do. Because many people are loud. You understand? I approach they're very loud, and understand those beer swillers. I approach 20 of them who are drinking beer, or they're drinking beer and stupid attitude. I mean, in a sense, so guess what? Or is that every single day, or is that they sit around there for 10 minutes speaking around like idiots while I'm here doing something with my content without respecting me. I mean, in a sense, so guess what? Or is that I understand that they are violence already. So what do? I just turn myself around and I go and look at myself only, because I never want to look at stupid people. I understand? I mean, they come over here and try to cause a devastation around sounds while I'm trying to do my audio over here. And they come to me. I mean, in a sense, so what do? I just focus on myself. And guess what? Or they're gone now, but they're positive in a way to never cause me physical damage. But while they're there talking and doing yada, 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 you must understand that they're just stupid people, because they can see I'm here doing my work, but they don't, or else they never want to give me peace and quiet. You understand? Or else they want to come and dominate the space with sounds. I mean, guess what? Or else go and dominate the space with someone else with sounds. I mean, in a sense, so guess what? I have my own sounds over here. I mean, I never need them in my life. Or else every single day understand that what you need to understand is sometimes people are like that. Or else they come around you and they try I mean, they're saying, or they're always talking like that, or there's like pinatas, you know what I'm saying? I mean, guess what? You must understand that every single day, I mean, hyenas, you know what I'm saying? I mean, every single day talking to each other like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, every single day, focus upon getting away from those people because they have no attitude, or else they're together. Or else anybody who's together, you stay away from people who are together, you understand? Because they're against you. Or else it's 10 of them against you, always. I mean, they have 5 brothers and 5 sisters. I mean, they love each other more than you. You understand? I mean, they love themselves more than you. I mean, guess what? You have to love everybody more only. You have to understand that just because you have 10 brothers and 10 sisters doesn't make you guys better than me. You understand? I mean, just because you grew up together doesn't make you better than me. You understand? I mean, understand that. God loves everybody equally. I mean, just because you have 5 brothers and 5 sisters more than me doesn't make you richer than I. I have the word I. I have everything in life. But I understand I never need to be around people. I just have to be around I. I have a peaceful life, but I understand this life much better now. I understand I have to go alone. I understand that now, since I've been growing up as a boy, I'm still a boy. I'm still that little boy that I'm still that little boy that I've always have been in terms of that I've always been. You must understand I'm always now, but what's amazing is understanding that now I just have more wisdom about everything. I understand although that I was always hanging around with the crowd. I was always hanging around with those people who were very loud upon everything. You understand? Or they're always battling for sounds and they're trying to become something to somebody else's life. I mean, why are you trying to become something to somebody else's life? I mean, why don't you become something to yourself only? I mean, you understand? I mean, I never want to be with other people and their marriage and their celebrations. I never want to be with their celebration. I want to be with my celebration. Or else when I have a celebration, or else they never want to come, even when I invite them. You understand? I'm pretty sure now, when they have a celebration, or else they never want to invite me. I never care about their celebration. I'm pretty sure what's amazing every single day is I focus upon something that I love to do, and then I focus upon understanding that's how I lift people. I lift people through different areas of persuasion, making sure that I'm giving you knowledge, and that's how I really do my life. But I understand now that all these women from the past and all these people from the past are going with each other, and they're separating also. Whereas they're all lonely. I approach they're lonely and doing drugs, and they have nothing to do in life. Or else they have no YouTube channel, or else they have no Facebook, or else they have no nothing in life. You understand? Or else they never even know the word I. I mean, understand? First now they may know everything, but since you know everything, or else that's why you lose. You understand? You lose when you know everything. Or else that I just know I only. I just know I only, and that's how I really grow. I grow myself and my compulsion to really succeed every single day through communication so that I can make sure everybody's growing around me. But now, since I am here every single day, I focus upon making sure that I'm giving information first so that I can get into a better position with my information before I actually leave Newcastle and go to Port Stephens and then go to Port Macquarie. Because I understand that what's important is I have to be with myself. I have to find a beautiful technique for myself to grow. So when I grow myself in different ways, I understand that the time to go is when it gets boring around here, but I understand that it never gets boring for me. You have to understand, it never gets boring. I just go when I feel like it. I feel I have to stay here for another week because I understand either way, when I stay here for another week, I can still do my work. I approach every single day. I'm always traveling because I understand that either way, I have 5 years of travel for free now. I can just go around Australia for free. I mean, for 5 years. So either way, I understand many people have to go work on another 5 job and have to feed their kids. You understand? So either way, I'm just enjoying my life. I approach every single day. I focus upon understanding why I do this, because I'm something much greater. I understand now. I just want to go and boost all this content online every single day. I mean, there's no chance that I miss a day of life coaching now. I must do life coaching every single day for 1 hour because it's about my legacy and my career. It's about my figure. You understand? It's about something that I am in life. Or else I'm the word I, and I feel like I have to do Jesus Christ work every single day on video. I approach every single day. That is my work. Or else Jesus Christ work is my word I. Everything that you have to be doing today is just I. There's nothing else to do. But understand every single day that you can live this life much more effectively if you understand that nobody can make you a slave and nobody can stop you from doing anything that you want to do. So focus upon understanding that if you want fame away from people first. You want to be understanding that you have to get away from people to have fame. Or else fame is only done with you only. It's never done with other people. Other people hate you if you have fame. Now Jesus Christ has fame with other people, and that's why they put Jesus Christ on the cross to kill him. You understand? Because Jesus Christ has fame with other people. So what's amazing is understand that you have to be famous in silence with yourself. That's what fame is. You understand? And I understand Jim Carrey when he says that being famous is never what it seems. I understand, because what fame is the word I only. I have fame already. I have fame long term. I mean, guess what? If I give you 9 years of video content over the next 100 years, you must understand that 9 years of content, I help many people with that once I pass away. Now, I never pass away. I mean, I'm always here in the knowledge that I give you. But my eternity and my seed that I grow here, I can watch it from somewhere above and beyond from this world. I can watch my beautiful seeds grow. I'm planting trees right here. I'm planting plants. I'm planting favors in God's favor. I'm doing something for God today. Every single day I'm doing something to help myself grow. Now when I grow myself, I'm showing you a spiritual path. I'm teaching you something of interest. I'm teaching you how to live life. I'm teaching you through the guiding of information and how I'm really doing everything right now with my life, so that you can go and apply my life into your life, so that you can process my information into your information, so that you can become something more like I, so that you can understand Jesus Christ and become more like Jesus Christ. I understand, because that's all I ever do. I just make sure I'm focusing every single day on something I love to do. That's the only point. The only point of recommendation is focus on yourself and love yourself. Focus on understanding how can you lift people and how can you really do your work and self-reflect upon your life every single day, and just go back to the I in your communication. Go back to the word I every single time you communicate. And that's all I'm teaching you in these videos that I'm doing, is just one word, which is I, 50 million times differently, in different sentences and multiple times, and compound interest in my favor, so I can help you in different ways for eternity. So every single day, focus on the word I. The word I is something that's magnificent and something that helps you grow. As long as you come back to the I, you can always communicate. You can always do anything as long as you have that word I. Now, if you're starting your sentences without the I, then you're really lost. You understand? If you're starting your sentences with anything, you must start with I and finish with I. Understand? You must understand every single day, focus upon understanding how I do this. I do it with the IUQ rule as well. Every single day I'm focusing upon how I speak. I'm focusing upon how I talk. I'm focusing upon making sure I'm lifting you every single day in different ways. But I'm making sure I'm lifting myself in different ways by communicating differently. I understand although that when I never look at other people, I look at I only. And that's all I have to look at all my life. I promise you that everything you have in terms of sex with other people and everything in terms of your life that you've ever had with other people and with yourself, I already have it in my word I. I already have it. I'm not lacking anything in this lifetime. I'm not sure that if you want to overcome masturbation and drugs and anything, you have to listen to your word I. You have to say I over the drug, I over cigarettes, I over the woman, I over the kid, I over everything. You understand? Because that's how you grow. I realize that you must understand that if you want to overcome masturbation, you stay away from it as much as you can, and eventually you never want to do it again. It's that simple. Yes, you're going to feel some tension. You're going to feel like you have to masturbate and all this. But guess what? You just delay as much as you can, and eventually you'll never feel like you have to masturbate anymore. It's just that simple. Then you may say, oh, but I may ejaculate. I may ejaculate in my pants. Yeah. Just ejaculate in your pants then. I mean, just let it be natural. You understand? And then delay again, and then delay again. Or is that those ejaculations that may wet your pants while you sleep or something like that? Or is that you let it wet your, or is let it wet your pants for 50 times, but then the 51st time, or is it'll never happen again? I mean, understand? Or is that every single time you just delay? I mean, just delay it. I mean, delay the sex with other people as much as you can, because that's the road of the more spiritual. I mean, the spiritual road is making sure that you're never following sex with other people, and you're never going that way, because Jesus doesn't go that way, because Jesus says that's hard work. For us, hard work is physicality and having to travel around the world and physically travel, you know, and physically walk everywhere. For us, that's hard work. I promise you, it's hard work. For us, what you need to do is understand that it's more about the spiritual aspects. I promise you, it's more about the spiritual aspects. So understand to do so much communicational work that other people will call you to travel around the world. Isn't that more simple for you? Now, guess what? I realize that you only get minimal opportunities in this lifetime to do that. There's only minimal opportunities where other people are going to give you an opportunity to come and public speak your information, because it's just information. Or else everybody has your information, but in a different way. I mean, they're saying, but guess what? I realize that's what it is. Although, guess what? I realize that you never rely on people. There's some other people to give you knowledge and to give you anything. You already have it in your word eye. Your word eye is all the knowledge of the world, but you have to use it to understand it. You have to use what the eye is. Every single day, understand that other people may give you 10 opportunities in your lifetime to go and public speak somewhere. That's it. I mean, guess what? Or else it may be 10 times, or else it may be 20 times, or else it may be 40 times. But then guess what? I mean, they are doing themselves a favor over here by never calling you either. I mean, when they never call you, or else it means that they can get a chance to go in front of a crowd instead of you. I mean, there's a competition about that. I mean, understand, or else people never want you there, or else they want themselves there, or else they want to compete with you so that they have the spotlight over you, or else they would rather go in front of 10,000 people and speak on a public speaking seminar rather than you. You understand? Or else they never want to call you in the first place. I mean, you understand? Or else even when you have the information, I mean, they never want to call you, so never rely on them. I mean, in a sense, so what do? You just be silent. You just give them free knowledge and just go live your life somewhere differently. You understand? But give it for free, because knowledge is free. I mean, understand? I mean, knowledge is everything. I mean, knowledge is making sure that you understand that you're living your life. When you're living your life, I mean, just go and help people and forget about whether or not you're going to speak in front of 10,000 people or not. That's a small aspect of life. You understand? That will never make you famous in one night. Now, it's never about being famous in front of them. It's about being famous with yourself. Understand? It's never about being in front of 10,000 people every single week. It's public speaking. It's never about that anymore. You have to understand why. It's more about you being alone than with other people. I promise you. Other people will never happen. They'll never give you anything. You understand? That this world will never give you anything, because Jesus Christ gives you everything. I mean, you never need other people in the first place. You never need other people. You have Jesus Christ. You understand? I mean, what is a woman or man going to give you? I mean, nothing except Jesus Christ. I mean, I have nothing to give you other than Jesus Christ. I mean, understand? That's it. I'm just here teaching something. I'm just here blabbling about knowledge, man. I understand? I mean, Jesus Christ already gave you the knowledge that I'm giving you. Every single day, you must understand that I'm just here doing my work. I'm just here doing something in life. I'm just here strolling in the park. I'm just here trying to live a better life for myself. I mean, that's it. In a sense, so realize that Jesus Christ helps everybody already. I mean, how can I give you value when Jesus Christ is giving you value? I mean, how do I give you value? I mean, Jesus Christ is the God. I understand. So I understand. Go to Jesus Christ. That's all that I do. That's all I do in life. But Jesus Christ helps you with the 9 spiritual knowledge that He has, and that knowledge is processing your information with His information, and believe only His information. And that way, you never believe those people around you. So you never believe my information. You just go and believe Jesus Christ's information and link it with my information to see how is it with Jesus Christ, and that's it. You understand? That's how you process information with everything. I understand that I'm very mature as a 28-year young individual, but I understand I have a long life to go, but I'm ready to go from this life. I'm ready to die. And so realize that I'm ready to leave this world, because I feel there is a better world than this. I feel that I'm just at the peak of my life anyway, but understand I'm not in depression. I'm just making sure I'm always lifting myself regardless. So understand I'm just ready to leave from this world. I'm ready to understand that whatever happens and whatever may happen, I'm just going to be much more spiritual. I'm just going to be lifting myself. I'm just going to be understanding that there is a greater world. You understand? Because I believe in the word Bible. I realize in the word Bible, I believe in the word of I only. The word I is the Bible, or else the word I is everything. So I understand today I can make fame easily in front of people. I can go in front of people and just be in front of people. I promise you, it's never the type of road I want. I promise you, the only road I want in my life is the word I, and that's it. I never want to be in front of other people. I want to be in the word. I want to be in front of the word I. I understand. So every single day, I just want to go in front of I today, and I just want to do I today. I want to be peaceful. I never need other people in my life because they never satisfy me, and they never ever try to give me anything, and they never ever try to physically do anything with me, or else they never want to follow me, or else they never want to do anything with me in life. Or else now, guess what? Or else I feel I just need to do everything with I, and I understand that. I see and I understand that. So either way, or else that if you're going around millionaires and billionaires and all that, or else go and read from them and all that, but never go to shake their hand. I mean, never go to clean their shoes. I mean, never go to try to put the coat on them. I mean, forget that. I mean, who do they think they are? I mean, guess what? I mean, just because they're millionaires and billionaires, or else that they give you nothing in life. Or Jesus Christ gives you everything. I mean, understand? So focus upon understanding that just because somebody else has more plastic money than you, and just because somebody else has something else more than you have to understand you have everything in Jesus Christ. You understand? So everything in terms of life that you have is just lift yourself every single day and focus upon something that you love to do daily. And that way, just focus upon your life and lifting people. I mean, understand? I mean, never be intimidated by other people and what they have. I mean, just say I have the word I. I mean, the word I is everything. I love I. Every single day, focus upon understanding. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you spirituality today more than ever. I'm a life coach, but I understand now that I'm staying away from most physical aspects of life. I never want to walk so much in this world other than in the spiritual realm. I mean, physical aspects, I never care about the physical aspects anymore. I mean, I've let go of the physical aspects. I never want to travel and walk so much in terms of physicality. I want to be able to talk much more. You understand? I'm probably talking much more is something that you need to do. That's how you help people. Now, for example, Jesus Christ shows us over here in the Bible that he goes 40 days and 40 nights in the desert without food and drink physically and walks 40 days and 40 nights. You understand? I mean, that's something that you can do. But understand, for example, when you're really, really understanding that, you have to understand that Jesus Christ says, go more spiritual because that's what you need to do. You understand? Spirituality is the best way. Now, anything that is gratification in this world is physical world. You understand? But gratification is also talking much more. You have to understand, when you're talking much more, you're also growing. You're actually growing, and that's the best gratification in the world. Whereas when I give you another 1 million words, much more, I'm growing because I'm growing 1 million times more. When I give you 1 million more words, I give you 1 billion words, much more. I grow 1 billion times, much more. I'm a person that's 1 billion times much more happiness. Do you understand? So freedom of speech is everything, but today's freedom of speech is more do it online rather than Martin Luther King Jr. and going in front of people and public speaking and all that. But understand either way, you must understand that I love everybody, but understand it's more talk online now more than ever because those opportunities in front of people to speak in front of people is limiting. Understand approach is limiting, and you have to understand that you can only give yourself that opportunity. You're the only one that can create the opportunity for yourself to go in front of people to public speak. Nobody else wants to give you that opportunity. Nobody else wants to give you plastic money so that you go traveling the world public speaking in front of people when they themselves want to do that. Do you understand? Forget these people who are making keynote speeches and they're making $50,000 because somebody else is giving them money. Guess what? It's all bullshit. Do you believe that? Do you believe somebody else is giving them plastic money to go and speak around the world? That's all bullshit. Where do those companies get all that money to give them? Come on. You must understand that what's important is the government never wants to give you plastic money so that you go around the world public speaking and be famous over them. Understand? They never want to give you money for that. Understand? Or else they are the ones that want to be going around public speaking rather than you. You understand? Or now Grant Cardone and Eric Thomas and all these people may say that they get $50,000 from these people. They're all bullshit. You understand? What's amazing is understand that you must never ever get plastic money from other people. You must give plastic money to other people. You must be giving plastic money to other people. You must understand you must be giving words of encouragement, which is all the plastic money in the world. You must understand it's more about the words you're giving than the plastic money itself. You understand? Because guess what? It's never about taking money from them and plastic money from them to scam them of something and to make sure that you have more plastic money than other people. Poroshy, that's never about that. Poroshy, it's about giving more information so that you have more information than other people. You understand? Because more information is something more of a commodity for you to understand that you have more plastic money in the information you have. Poroshy, that when I have level 50 wisdom and level 1 plastic money, but you have level 1 wisdom and you have level 100 plastic money, I'm much more happier, baby. You understand? Because I have level 50 wisdom and you have level 1 wisdom. I mean, you have although you have a level 100 plastic money, but I have level 1 plastic money. I'm much happier than you because I understand it's the wisdom and it's never the plastic money. You understand? Whereas every single day, understand that. Approach, that's the best way to say it. So understand every single day, focus upon understanding how are you lifting people and how can you do it much better. I promise you, every single day it's about that. Approach, there's nothing else I want to do in this life other than my word I. Approach, that's it. Approach, this world is such a struggle if you have no word I. Approach, this world is terrible if you have no word I. Approach, people commit suicide because they have no word I. Approach, now if you have your word I, you always live this lifestyle. Approach, that's it. Approach, now I have my word I, but I'll go silently about it. Approach, people believe they know everything. Approach, these millionaires, billionaires, approach, they believe they know much more than you. Approach, I speak better than all of them. Approach, every single day, focus upon understanding that there's always much more that you can do. So focus upon understanding that every single day you must be lifting yourself, because when you're traveling around the world alone, approach, women and men are not going to be chasing you unless you're chasing them physically. Approach, other people only chase you physically when you're chasing them physically. Approach, that's hard work. Approach, it's hard work when you're chasing them physically. I understand? Approach, you have to go to the brothel to drive 1 hour there so that you can give them $500 for 30 minutes, because that's something that you work for. I mean, you work for the $100 or $500 all your week, so that you can give $500 to have a threesome for 30 minutes with 2 women, and you have to drive there and back 1 hour each. I mean, isn't that hard work for you? I mean, understand, that's so much hard work. You give 40 hours of your life to have 30-minute sex with 2 women. I mean, are you stupid? I mean, guess what? With that $500 and 40 hours that you have, you can invest that time into yourself, and you can keep the $500 for yourself, so that you can go around the world traveling instead. I mean, keep it for yourself, and understand either way that you can live with that. I'm pretty sure, isn't that much better? But other people, in terms of women and men, want you to physically talk to them all the time, or they want to physically be with you only if you physically want to be with them, or they never want to physically chase you though. You understand? Or should they have that spirituality in terms of words to give you? Or should they never even see how to talk with you spiritually, mana to mana, to make sure to understand you much better. Or should they have no communication in school for that? For sure, I met one guy in my nice beautiful hostel, and this guy is only lifting me in terms of communication. Or he wants to be around me, and he wants to sleep next to me, and he wants to do everything around me. I mean, the same, because he's so positive. But I understand either way, I have limits. In terms of, I have no limits, but I understand either way that I want to do myself. I want to do I over him. Or else either way, you must understand that sometimes when people around you are so positive, you can also say to them, hey, I understand you're very positive, dude, but guess what? I want to do myself over here. I want to be focusing on something else other than you today. I mean, you can focus on that. You can say it. I mean, it's a nice way to say that. You understand? You can say it. Or else I want to focus on something else. I have a billionaire over here that's talking about something in a video, or else I want to listen to him for now. I mean, you can say that. You just say, I have to learn something over here, or I have an interest over here. I mean, can you give me 2 hours of free time? I mean, just go talk to yourself. Understand? You can be nice about that. You understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding that just because somebody is lifting you around you, I mean, doesn't mean you have to speak to them all day long. I mean, go speak to yourself all day long. I mean, just because other people may be with me, lifting me up physically, I mean, doesn't mean I want to be around them. I never want to be around them. I want to be around I. You understand? I mean, why do I have to be around you? I want to be around I. Whereas that's the only aspect of life. I mean, you understand? So every single day, understand that. Roshi, it's much better to be with yourself than other people. I mean, it's much better to do what you want to do than doing what other people want you to do. Roshi, it's much better for you to do what you want to do than other people talking to you. I mean, Roshi, it's much better for you to pick yourself over other people. I mean, put yourself first and understand either way to learn from the situation, or get away from the situation altogether, or go somewhere else and be alone. I mean, there's no excuses. But understand either way that they can make you work on 9 to 5. But if you know your I, well, you can do it. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Whereas although you have to be the silent one in a 9 to 5, you have to be the most silent in a 9 to 5. You have to understand that, because that way you'll be the most quiet and you always keep your job. But if you're trying to speak up in a 9 to 5, or as a supervisor will come and tell you, shut the fuck up, because he's a supervisor there. I mean, he doesn't want you to take his position. I mean, in a sense, so be the most silent one. But guess what? Whereas now, what's amazing every single day is focus on understanding that you can live a great lifestyle, understanding to give more information. And that's the only way to live life, or else there's no plastic money involved in terms of your life. You never need plastic money, you need to give more information. Now, plastic money is never the resort, because once you have all the plastic money in the world, I mean, what are you giving now? I mean, what are you doing now? Or as you have all the plastic money in the world, I mean, what skills do you have? I mean, where are your communicational skills? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, in a sense, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm doing that without plastic money, because I'm doing it for free. I'm doing that so I can boost my reputation in terms of my reputation with myself, so I can go with my I. I'm just doing that daily. I'm improving my attitude, you understand? I'm improving my discipline so I can be happier and so I can help you. Because without plastic money, you must understand, you can still do this. I still do this with or without plastic money. I love it. Virtually every single day, I focus upon lifting people. And when I lift people, I understand something. I understand how to be spiritual. I understand how to talk to you now. I understand how to really be much more empathy. I understand how to stay away from a 9 to 5 job as much as possible. But other people never want to listen to my words and what I have to say. Whereas now, I understand this now. Whereas everything is my fault. Whereas now, because you never want to listen to me, and you never want to do what I want to do in terms of life, and you never want to do what my words are, whereas now, guess what? You focus on yourself and go somewhere else, because I understand my words are so valuable. You understand? Or that either way, I have to try to convince you here. I have to try to convince you to stay over here. And I understand either way that what's amazing is when I convince you to stay, I win. I win your heart over. I win something in the spotlight. I understand either way that what's important is to be more silent about it. I brush every single day, I'll be more silent. I'm doing something much better than yesterday. And then I focus upon doing that daily. I mean, regardless of what's going on. So I'm always focusing upon something that really helps me. You understand? I'm always asking myself questions. I mean, what is this and what is this and what is this? I mean, when I look at myself in the mirror, I plan around my music schedule, because sometimes you have to understand that when your track's this big, or else it sounds like shit. But when you go and really bring down the tone of the track to just be this kind of radius over here, or else it will sound good, because this massive radius of your track, it sounds like shit. So what do? You bring it down a notch. I mean, take away the other radius of the other aspects of life from the actual music, and just just go and do this part, which is just do the small radius of your life and expand that small radius into something bigger. But then once you expand that radius, or as now this radius over here looks good, but this one over here looks shit again. So go and really minimize, go minimal again, and remove the freaking problem from your music production, or remove the problem from your life. Because your radius that's this small may be the best version of yourself, but this massive radius is the shittest version of yourself. I mean, remove the big radius and go to the small radius. I understand? I mean, go in the best direction. So when I look at the software now in terms of FL Studio, I say, hey, I understand I was stuck there. I mean, that never works, or as it never works for me to do it like that. I have to do something different. I have to understand either way. I mean, what else can I do? I mean, what else can I do over here? I mean, guess what? I can make a bass line and a lead to make it more sounds, and then either I can put another sound and another sound and another. I can make 7 sounds with that track and make it sound different totally, and it works. Or else it's something that I want to do. But then understand either way. I make the big kick. I make 4 modules of 4 beats, and I make some nice beautiful soundtrack of sound effects and different ideas where I can put in the mix. I make it sound like something that I can do. I mean, never try to do what you never can do. I mean, try to do what you can do. Or so everything that you can do is everything. You understand? Focus upon a better life for yourself, and understand that physically is hard work. Anything physical is hard work. I have my trolley. I have my nice, beautiful way of doing life. I have ways of being and saying something and doing something every single day in a different way. But I'm focusing upon lifting myself daily, and then I understand every single day that it's about the information I'm giving daily. Wrestlers have to be physical. I understand? They have to go through tables to have a legacy. I mean, in a sense, so is that something that you want? I mean, do you want to be jumping off the Hell in a Cell? There's a big steel cage, and jump on the actual, from 10 meters up there and 20 meters up there, to jump on the actual table to prove yourself worthy? I mean, what for? I mean, that's physical work. I mean, that's hard work. I mean, is it worth the television for you? I mean, is it worth the fame to break your spine? I mean, what for? I understand? I mean, guess what? Or else they're stupid. I mean, do you understand? Or else they sell themselves for money for physical work. I mean, never do it. I mean, never do physical work. I mean, understand that communication all day, at least, is much better, but away from a 9 to 5 job. I mean, try to be away from a 9 to 5 job as much as you can. You save up some money. You save up $2,000 and stay away from a 9 to 5 job for 2 months. I mean, save up 20 grand save up 20 grand and then stay away from a 9 to 5 job for 2-3 years. I understand? I mean, go and calculate your finances. I mean, how much can you live on per day? I can live on $10 per day. I can live on $10 per day because I have my biological father who has free accommodation. And all I have to do is just grab his car. I use his car. I use his petrol and everything. Otherwise, he'll give the money for it. You understand? And I live on $10 a day with food, and that's it. Food and drink. I mean, internet Wi-Fi, or else he has internet Wi-Fi. Or else now use the resources around you, or else when it's too expensive for you to get free Wi-Fi, I mean, when it's too expensive for you to get free Wi-Fi, you get free Wi-Fi. But understand either way, you go to restaurants. You understand? I mean, when it's too expensive for you to get Wi-Fi, for example, and to get yourself a SIM card or something like that, I mean, get yourself another aspect of life that you can afford. I mean, choose new deals. I mean, instead of getting the $120 microphone or $500 microphone, I mean, get the $30 one. I mean, what? I mean, never be ashamed of yourself. I mean, guess what? There's just different boundaries. I mean, why do you want to skip to a $5,000 microphone when you've never used a microphone to begin with? I mean, get the shittest one. I mean, get the shittest one first and see what is it and how does it work. And then get the second shittest one. And then get the third shittest one. And then get the better ones from that point. Whereas now, when you get to the point of a 5,000 microphone, you have it for a reason. Because you've tried everything else, and the $5,000 microphone is now something that you need. Because it's going to give you a certain sound and audio that all these fucking shit ones, in terms of the other ones, of the microphones, doesn't give you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, guess what? Or else either way, you must understand that nothing's shit. I mean, you understand? Or else you must understand that it's really, go and experience a phone that's something that's worse than everybody else's, and then learn it. I mean, learn the phone. And what do you need it for, really? I mean, why do you need it for that? I mean, you have to be giving information on that phone to somebody. You use information products to help people. You use information products to get around the world. I mean, is that simple? Or actually, it's very simple to be able to do business techniques with anybody and to be able to collaborate with anybody and coach anybody, anything, every single day, to focus upon what you need to do. But I never want to be coaching people one-on-one to gain plastic money. I never care about them. I'm coaching you one-on-one right here for free. You understand? Because I'm just that type of guy. When the plastic money, I'll find some. I'll find some plastic money. I mean, it's very easy to bank some plastic money today. I mean, you understand? I mean, yes, although you must understand, it's really in the information of how I make plastic money. I never make plastic money at the 9 to 5 job. Or else they may give you plastic money, but that's never how you make plastic money. You never make plastic money at the 9 to 5 job. You make plastic money by doing this kind of information on YouTube and giving it. It's what I learned from this 1 hour and 12 minutes of video already that I've given you. I've been talking in this video in a different way. I'm learning something about myself, and that's all the plastic money in the world, isn't it? Every single day, you must understand, that's the kind of business I'm in. I'm 28 years of age. I have over the next 72 years to be doing these videos. I mean, isn't that beautiful? You must understand every single day, focus upon understanding that you must have a long life. I have over 72 years to go. I just calculate everything up to 100. And then from that point, I have another extra 10 years. And then another 20 years from that. I mean, just every single day, I focus upon understanding how can I live the longest life and the happiest life alone and in silence and away from people. And with Jesus Christ. I understand. So every single day, I focus upon understanding that nobody else's information do I really need except for Jesus Christ's information. And now Jesus Christ's information is just the word I. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at all the information of the world. I mean, there's Jesus Christ's information and then there's everybody else's information. Or else I just need Jesus Christ's information. So out of all the information in the world, I just need Jesus Christ's information. You understand? Or else now, from Jesus Christ's information and a thick book like this, I just need the word I. I mean, that's it. I mean, I understand the world now. I know my word I. That's it. All of life is just the word I for me. That's it. And what do I do now? I just stay with I. I simplify everything into I. I mean, I over you. I over your freaking dinner with your wife. I go my way. You go with your wife somewhere else. You go with your wife. I have something to do. You understand? I mean, what do I want to be with your wife for? I mean, what for? I have I. I don't care how good your wife looks. I mean, understand? I mean, why? I mean, you have no value to give me. I have my word I already. I mean, what are you going to give me? I mean, I have my word I. I mean, what are you going to teach me? You have nothing to teach me anymore. I know my word I. Approach every single day. Focus upon understanding that. Approach nobody has any value for me anymore. I'm the only one that gives value in this lifetime now. Approach, that's it. Approach, nobody has value to give me. Your heart, your skin, your eyes, your ideas never help me anymore. Approach, nothing that you have helps me anymore. I mean, understand? I mean, your story never helps me anymore. I realize my word I helps me. I realize my word I is the only aspect of life that helps I. Oroshi, there's nothing else that you have to teach me. Oroshi, there's nothing else that you can give me in this lifetime. Oroshi, isn't that nice? Oroshi, there's nothing that you can give me that you can help me with. Oroshi, now what do? I just go with the word I and then I just relax. I just go and create content now. I just create content. I mean, in a sense, every single day, there's nothing around people that's interesting other than word I for me, in terms of my I. I mean, now since they're never interesting for me, I have my word I, I'm very interesting with my I. I stay with I never need them. I mean, what am I going to do in the restaurant with the woman there? I mean, what for? I have my word I. I mean, they're never interesting for me. I mean, nothing in this world is interesting for me in terms of my word I. Whereas now, understand that. I mean, everything that's ever interesting for me now is my word I. Whereas everything that I ever need in my world is just my word I. I have that already. I've achieved everything in my word I. I mean, there's nothing else to achieve in this lifetime except the word I. I mean, that's it. I mean, isn't that simple? I mean, out of all the words in the dictionary, you just have to achieve the word I. I mean, how did you find that, Danny? I mean, I study and learn. You understand? I promise you, every single day, focus upon understanding how powerful that is. I promise you, that's so powerful when you are saying to me that you have all this, but I have my word I, man. I mean, what are you going to do? I have my word I. I mean, there's nothing else that makes me anything more other than I. I promise you, that's it. I promise you, every single day, I focus upon understanding how to live people now, and that's it. I promise you, I never care about their stupid public speaking seminars. I have my word I. I never care about what their money, I never care about their plastic money and their money in plastic and the woman and where they're going with strippers and the jets that they're flying and the Ferrari. I have my word I. I'm better than them. I understand who I am. I know my word I. I mean, understand? I'm the word I. I mean, that's it. I just know my word I. That's it. That's all the information I ever need in this lifetime. I achieve everything now. I'm achieving everything. I have everything that I ever want in my life. I mean, when you understand that you want to achieve something like this, and you want to go over here and you want to achieve all these goals and these massive goals. I mean, you have 1 million goals. I mean, why do you want to achieve those goals? Because you want to find the word I in those goals. I'm pretty sure that's the only aspect of life. I'm pretty sure there's no other reason why you want to fly to Spain and Greece and Germany and Argentina other than the word I. I'm pretty sure, what else are you traveling for? Are you traveling for somebody else or you? You're traveling for you. I mean, that's why you're traveling, because you wanted to know your word I. I know my word I, so I never have to travel there ever again. I never have to go to Egypt. I never have to go anywhere in the world, because I just go to the word I. I mean, I found my word I. I mean, do you understand? I never need to have sex with other people because I have my word I. I mean, why are you having sex with other people for? Because you want to know the word I. I mean, are you doing it for them or are you doing it for you? I mean, you're doing it for you, aren't you? I mean, what is you? I mean, you is I. I mean, why do you want to have sex with other people? You want to have it because of I. You want to do the I. You want to know your word I. I mean, do you understand who you are now? You are the word I. I mean, why do you want to have sex with other people now? You understand your I? I mean, just stay with I. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, did Jesus have sex with other people? I mean, no. I mean, why? Because Jesus understands the word I. I mean, Jesus says, don't cut your eye out. I mean, don't cut your eye out, which is the word I. I love you. I mean, understand? I mean, that's the whole 10 Commandments of the Bible, which is the word I. I'm pretty sure I can teach this all day long now. I mean, anything that you want solved in your life, I can solve it for you in the word I. I mean, that's all you ever want. I I mean, you just want one word in your life, and it's the word I. You just want to be coming back to it. You just want to be coming back to the word I daily. I mean, that's it. I realize it's knowing your word I that helps you. I approach every single day. Focus upon understanding why I'm doing this every single day, and focus upon understanding I've overcome this world. I've overcome this world already. You understand? I'm just living peaceful now. I never want to die because I have my word I. I never want to die because I have my word I. I never want to pass away from this world because I have my word I. I never want to do anything with other people because I have my word I. I never want to be around you because I have my word I. Actually, it's that simple. I'm simplifying everything. I have I only. I never want kids because I have my word I. I never want a wife. I have my word I. I mean, in a sense that everything I want is just my word I, and that's it. Actually, isn't that simple? I achieve all my goals now. Because my only goal is my word I. I only have one goal in life, and it's my word I every single day. Actually, there's nothing else to do in life. Actually, there's no other goals that you have to achieve. I mean, how much plastic money do you want? Or does it ask you so much questions? I mean, guess what? Or is that you must ask so many questions, but understand either way that the plastic money you want is the word I. Actually, there's nothing else that you have to achieve other than the word I. Actually, that's it. Actually, you want $1 billion per hour, you can achieve it in the word I. Actually, it's really that you want the word I over the $1 million per hour. Actually, the word I is much more important than the actual $1 million per hour. You understand? Actually, the word I is much more important than anything in the world. I mean, there's nothing else that you need, but you need to be understanding to find contentment in yourself and to find the confidence you need and to find the motivation and the inspiration and anything you ever want is in the word I. I mean, you just have to be the word I. And you have to come back to the word I in your sentences and finish with the sentences and do just the word I every single day. I mean, understand? That's it. I although use the words I, you, plural, and I use it for a reason so that I can come back to the word I again. I mean, that's it. Because I is the simplification of I, you, plural. Like I start my sentences with you and end with you, and I start with questions and end with questions, and I start with I and finish with I. Whereas now, Jesus Christ, back in the Bible, says, I need you guys to follow me. I need you guys to follow me. Whereas now, in the Bible, or as they say that somebody says that Jesus says, follow me. Or as Jesus Christ doesn't say, follow me. I mean, imagine me coming up to you in a restaurant and say, follow me. I mean, who am I to even say that? I mean, Jesus Christ may say, I need you to follow me because guess what's going to happen when you do this? Whereas when you follow me, I'm the king of this lifestyle because I'll teach you how to do that. I'll teach you something. Doesn't that sound much more interesting than follow me? I mean, what is that? What is that? Just two words, and you give them 2 words in terms of follow me, or else they'll never follow you. But if you go up to them and you say, I need you to follow me because I'll teach you where you can find a queen for yourself. I'll teach you where you can find a king for yourself. You come with me. Or they come with him. Or as they come with or I realize that the disciples go with Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ convinces them with the word I first. I need you to come with me because I will show you how you can find something that you need. With I can teach you something. What can you teach me? Let's go. Let's go with Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ can teach us something. Understand? So realize that's how Jesus Christ does convince the disciples of Jesus Christ. And never, or else he never goes, follow me, fisherman. Or else that's never Jesus Christ, man. That's never Jesus Christ, I promise you. That's just labeling everything. You understand? I promise you, understand that what's amazing is label your word I only. You must understand to lift people, and that's it. Roshi, now what are the plans for my life now? I is my plan only. Roshi, what's my plan for today? I have nothing else to do over the next 72 years other than my word I. Roshi, that's my only direction. Roshi, that's the best sail in the world. Roshi, now Jim Rohn says you have to set the sail in a better direction. Roshi, the word I is the better direction, and that's it. Roshi, there's nothing else that I have to do in this lifetime. Or else now there's so much to do in this lifetime, but guess what? I achieve everything already. I have everything already in my word I. Where do I go now? I can go wherever I want. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do now? I found my word I don't know who I am in my I. In a sense, so now I just live my life, or else Or do I want a kid? I'm ready for a kid now. I'm ready to have a kid for I only. I can have a kid because I know my word I. I can do whatever I want now because I know my word I. I can do whatever I want. I understand? I can achieve anything I ever want because I know my word I. I can have a kid. I can be financially secure. I can be in front of a crowd, public speaking now. I can travel the world if I want to. I can drive the fastest car on the planet. I can do everything because I have my word I. I have everything. I mean, you understand? I promise you, the word I achieves it all. I promise you, that's it. Because it makes you so powerful. I mean, understand? I mean, how is that possible? I mean, how is it possible, mate? Or is it, it's because of your word I. I mean, would you rather be the word I, or would you rather be a cat? I mean, you have to be a word I, or else would you rather be a word I, or would you rather be the car instead? Be the word I. I mean, Jesus Christ says, never cut your word I out. Or else he says, you must never cut the word I in your life. I mean, understand that you must use the word I in your favor to understand that is the only goal of your life, or else there's nothing else you must do other than the word I. You can go wherever you want. You can achieve your life now. You can plan your life only in the word I. You can plan your life every single day understanding your path now, which is the word I, or else that's your divine path. Your divine path is the word I. You have to sink it into your I. You have to sink yourself into the I. You have to say, I know my I. I know my I now. I know who I am in my I now. I know who I am in my I. You have to start with the first word I and finish with the word I. Unfortunately, there's nothing else to teach in this lifetime other than the word I. Unfortunately, it's the only teaching of the Bible. I mean, understand, is the word I. Unfortunately, there's nothing else. I mean, what is the Jesus Christ Bible about? I is Jesus Christ. I is everything in that situation. I mean, Jesus Christ is teaching right now that this thick book and every situation that ever happened in the Bible is for I. I mean, when I look at the Bible, or else it happens for I. Or else every situation there in the Bible that I see is for my word I. Or else it's for Jesus Christ to teach me the word I. Roshi, you understand? Roshi, every single step that Jesus Christ takes in life, in the Bible, and everything in terms of the scenery is for my word I. So that I can understand my word I, and so that I can know that I am the word I. I mean, that's it. I mean, what is the reason for Jesus Christ to be alive? I realize Jesus Christ came here to die for I. You understand? I realize Jesus Christ died for you. I realize that every single day, I understand that. I understand every single day I die for I too. I understand? I die for I. I live for I. I do everything for I. I understand? And that's why Jesus Christ came here, because he died for you. I realize he died for I. I realize everybody understands that when you die for something, you die for I. Or that's the only way to live life. You have to understand that when you're living your life fully, you're doing something every single day, is understanding that now you can understand every book on the planet, which is the word I. Otherwise, there's nothing else in this lifetime. So simplify all that knowledge that is in the world into the word I. And then you understand, now you own the world. You have yourself now. You understand yourself now? You're the word I. Otherwise, that's all you ever have to understand about this life. And then what do you do from that point? Otherwise, once you know the word I and who you are in the word I, you just say, I'm a word I. I mean, what else do you have to do now? I mean, go and live your life now. I mean, go and do what you want to do. But understand to go back to the I again and again and again to teach the I to everybody. Roshi, that's your only purpose now. Roshi, there's nothing else you have to do but just follow the word I in life. Roshi, that's it. Roshi, go and enjoy yourself. Roshi, go and enjoy yourself, but teach people more and more now. You understand? I mean, teach people more and more. I'm just choosing the silent road now. I'm just choosing to be alone with my word I, and that's it. Roshi, that's it. I'm choosing to live the longest life I can. But if I choose to exit this world very early, I can. I can do it very quickly. I choose to live a long life. I choose to live a happier life. I understand that there's so much to do, or there's so much to see. But I can see already everything in the word I just have to choose my path now, which is the word I. Otherwise now, I just have to enjoy then. I just have to be I. I want to do what I want to do. I want to go where I want to go. I feel what I want to feel. I want to say what I want to say. That's it. I want to dress how I want to dress. Or else it's about I. Or else your I is the same I have. Or else everybody connected. Or else everybody is connection in terms of connected in the word I. Or else everybody is in connection with the word I. Or else everything in terms of life is I only. I promise you, what is this world? I only. I is everything. So understand, that is how I understand how to talk here, and that's how I life coach now. I life coach you basing it on understanding that it's never about the plastic money, but that it's about the word I. Firstly, the word I is the plastic money. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's how I teach, and every single day I'm focusing upon increasing that I knowledge. I increase the I factor. I just say I, everything. I am always now. I start with the word I finish with the word I, and then I just increase my capability to speak with you now with the IUKuru. I speak in different ways now, but I understand my word I. You understand? I rush you now. I use the word you. You must understand your word I. You understand? Because now when I really talk, I talk in a much more broader sense as well. I rush now. Either way, I talk the broadest way I can because I understand what's important. I come back to the I again. I'm always coming back to the I because you is also I. I is also you. I is I, you is you. You understand? A question is a question, but a question is also the word I. Whereas now the word I is the word question, and also the question is the word you. I understand? I mean, the you is the word question. I mean, now the question and the you is also the word I. I understand? I mean, I is also the word you and also the word question. I mean, that's how you connect the dots. I mean, everything is everything. You understand? I mean, everything in terms of life is understanding that you're just really knowing yourself now. You're just really rising into spirituality now. And that's the whole new road that you have to understand now. Is just know your word I. Because understand that I'm the only individual that really knows my word I today. I promise you, there's only I today. I promise you, there's nothing else in this world other than I. So I can just go and really lift myself now the best I can. I promise you, it's just I have to focus on my I have to focus on giving knowledge, I have to focus on making sure I can succeed much more, and I can only do that by raising my I. Every single day I focus upon understanding now that I have everything I ever need in my word I, and then I just make sure I'm always learning much more about that. But if I want to plan anything today, I'm planning my word I, and I've already done that. I mean, now I just have to keep planning on how to speak differently with my word I, because I use the word I millions of times in different ways. By speaking different sentences in between the I. In a sense, so every single day I focus upon understanding that is my only purpose in life. So that you understand your word I, and so that I can give you any type of ideas. But I'm giving you the broad range of ideas. I'm giving the broad range of ideas so you can learn other skill sets as well. But understand that the only skill set as well in life is just the word I. That's it. Every single day now I can plan my word I. And that's it. I promise you, what am I doing every single day for the rest of my life? I promise you, that's it. I promise you, that's a nice, beautiful plan where you're going to be doing yourself for the next 100 years. I promise you, either way, I go to a nice, beautiful financial calculator and I say 100 years I'd be doing the word I. And I just put 100 years into that. Or should I put a number? 100 years I'm doing the word I. Or should I say 100 years. I work every single day. You must understand that every single day I focus upon understanding how to lift people, and it's through the word I. I public speak in front of a crowd now because I do it in front of I. I do it in front of I, and now either way, I understand that I just go doing much greater in whatever I want to do. I understand that when somebody is so, let's say, sexual with you or violent with you, you speak the word I. I understand you, man. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. I love you, man. I love you, man. Whereas now I say you don't have to do this because that's my IUQ rule. Whereas every single day I focus upon a better language, which is the word I. Whereas every single day I understand that if somebody is violent with me, I understand I never need you to touch me. I never need to hit you. I never need you to call the police. I never need you to come and speak to me. I want you to go over there. I'm just using the word I. I never want to talk to you. I never want to look at you. I never want to look at you. I love myself and I mean, you can go and do what you want to do. I mean, go and laugh somewhere else. I mean, isn't that simple? I mean, why do you want to watch that? I mean, go over there. I mean, that woman loves you over there. I mean, in a sense, every single day, that's how I talk when somebody is violent with me. I mean, in a sense, but guess what? Or else this is how I talk when people are violent with me. I give them a silent attitude as well. I give them a silent attitude. I just pack up my stuff and go as well. I never want to talk to them at all. You understand? Or is they negative in their language? Or is they do not know the word I mean, they want to hurt me physically in their language. Or as although understand that physical language is the only way to hurt somebody. But understand that verbal abuse, or there's no such thing as verbal abuse. I mean, you have to understand that nobody is really verbally abusing you. I mean, people consider verbal abuse as swearing and also saying something that you're never supposed to say, but you're never supposed to do anything. You have to understand that you can swear, you can verbally abuse anybody. You understand? You can do it. You can verbally harass anybody you want. Russia, that's how it is. I mean, it's verbal harassment. I understand? I mean, this is verbal harassment too. I mean, I'm verbally harassing you right now. I'm verbally provoking you. I mean, understand? I'm verbally raping you. I'm verbally violent with you right now. I mean, do you understand? So, what do? I just keep talking. I mean, you can go and report to the police. I mean, go ahead. Whereas now the police is always on the victim side. I mean, do you understand? I mean, why is that? Because they want to dominate your ass. I mean, they want to show you who's the boss. Or as they may say, if you do this once more time, or else we'll put you in prison. Or as, now, guess what? Or is that what you must do is do what you want to do, and never what the police want you to do. Or as that's what Jesus done. Or as now, because Jesus is doing what Jesus wants to do, or as Jesus gets put on the cross, because that's how the police is today as well. Or as they want you to follow what they want, and not what you want. But Jesus Christ wants to follow what Jesus Christ wants, which is I. And now everybody else never wants you to follow the word I, or they want you to follow something else other than the word I. I mean, in a sense, so politics today is considering that it's one party versus the other party. And now, which party is right and wrong? Now, that's the thing about life. Now, if you judge them as right, you then lose your I. Or if you judge them as wrong, you then lose your I again. Now, who's the better one? The better one is I. Or you just say, I mean, Labour versus Liberal is I, and that's it. Or you connect it together, because there's nothing challenging you today. I mean, there's nothing trying to provoke you and to take away your I and your power, except you. So if you believe that there's something else other than you in this world, you then lose the word I. You understand? Now, people around you are losing their word I because they believe that there's something else other than you today. Whereas now I understand that there's only the word I today, and that's it. So you can never take my power away from I, because I understand who I am. I understand my word I. I mean, understand? So you can do anything you want to try to take that away from me, but I still understand my word I. So you have to kill me for that. You have to kill me to take it away from me. But then again, you can never take away my word I. I still have it again. I mean, you can be stabbing me 10 times. I'll say, I still know my word I, man. I mean, you understand why they put Jesus Christ on the cross? Because they want to take everything away from Jesus Christ. I mean, understand? I mean, they still never managed to do it. I mean, Jesus Christ saying, I love you all anyway. I'm on the cross, mate. I love you. I mean, understand? I mean, what? I mean, what are you going to do? Every single day. I mean, focus on understanding that. Or else every single day, focus on understanding that the world around you is lost completely. I mean, the economic climax of this world is falling, but my word I is growing. I mean, that's the word I, which is I for information. I is information. I is the idea. I is the inspiration. I mean, understand? I is the integrity that you need. I mean, I is everything. I mean, every single day, focus upon understanding that now, since you understand the word I, you can connect and see what's going on around the world. I mean, they're all losers. For sure, everybody is a loser. I'm not a loser because I would know my word I. I know the word I. I mean, understand? For sure, now, losers never understand the word I. For sure, you understand? I'm a winner. I know the word I. For sure, now, I see many losers around me. For sure, I see many unaware people. For sure, unaware is another word for loser. I understand? For sure, anybody who's aware of themselves is a winner. For sure, anybody who's unaware of themselves is losing in life. I mean, understand? So I'm aware of who I am. I mean, who am I? I'm the word I. I mean, understand that. And guess what? Whereas the other people believe that they are the cat. I mean, they dress up as a cat, and they believe that the word cat. I mean, other people are dressing and doing something with other people because they believe other people are them. Whereas when you see an individual running off with other people in the group over there, or it's because that individual wants to be that group. I mean, understand? And whatever that individual is with that group, or else they stick together and they die together. I mean, understand? I stick to the word I never die. I never die with my word I. So every single day I focus upon understanding how can I really live my word I. I never need to be with a group because I understand who I am. So what do? I realize I go my own way. I go the silent way. Because if I'm around a group or community such as that, and I know my word I, or else they all want to kill me. I promise you, they all want to kill me right away because I understand Jesus Christ and what he done when he went to that group. Or else he was going to the group, which is that Pharisees, or as all those Pharisees, And he was saying the word I to them. Or you have to understand your I. You have to be lifting your I. And guess what they've done? Or they put him on the cross to die. You understand? So what do? I run away from people now. I run away from them because they want to kill me as well. Or they want to kill me as well because I know my word I. Or I'm so much happier than them. I mean, you understand? Or that's why they want to kill me. Or that's why. Or they want to take everything away from me now. Because I know the word I. So I stay away from them completely. You understand? So every single day, I understand that what's going to go on now is I go silently. I go silent. I live my word in silent. I live my word in I only. Understand? So every single day, my purpose now is to drive humanity into understanding the word I, and that's all you have to understand. But I'm making people more aware now. Understand? People never care about the word I. They never come into my YouTube channel to see my I. They never want to see I. Now some do, but understand either way that they're very slow to follow I today because they believe that they have something better, or as they're too arrogant, or as they're lost people, or as they're unaware of how much actually in terms of I give them. I give them so much, but my photos, I have so many photos of myself on Instagram, and it's because of my word I, or else I have nothing better to do in my life other than the word, or else other than the word I today. Or else now I can be on my own, I can be alone, and I can travel the world, I can do whatever I want with my word I can just be with my word I have the easiest lifestyle. I mean, look at Jesus Christ, or else he never has to bring a wife with him, or else he never has to have kids with other people, or else he never has to be with other people in the first place. I mean, he just has himself to carry around, or else he never needs the plastic bunny, or else he just wants to go do his Bible, or else he just wants to give his story, or else that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the exact same as Jesus Christ. I just want to be away from people this time. I mean, Jesus Christ, I understand Jesus Christ wants to be in front of people in this Bible, but Jesus Christ goes away from people too. Understand? But understand either way that it's just how it is. God is contradiction and God is I. So understand that anything that happened with the Bible and anything that's happening with the Bible today with information and the story of Jesus Christ is the word I. And that's it. Is it funny? It's very funny. It's very funny that all Jesus came here for is to teach you the word I. Isn't that funny? It's very funny. Whereas I'm not laughing at Jesus, I'm laughing with Jesus here. You understand? Now, either way, you must understand, I'm never the one to laugh at you. I'm the one to lift you. You understand? Jesus never laughs at you. Jesus celebrates you. Jesus is here to help you every single day. So I'm here to help you just like Jesus Christ can now. Whereas every single day, I understand that now I'm so aware of myself and I, that I can just go and do I only. Whereas now, that's all I have to do, and that's all my plan for today. I have nobody else to talk to other than I. Isn't that so much simpler for your life? That you never have to talk to anybody else other than yourself today. I mean, forget your parents. I mean, forget everybody else in your life today. And just speak to you. Just speak to you. That's the independent road. Or else that's the most independence that you can get, and that's the interdependent road. And that's where you can become a life coach in yourself today. You can become anything you ever want to be if you go your way, which is I. Or else I is where I go. I go your way. I go your way, which is I way. Or as your way is my way, which is the word I. Or as we both have to understand that the middle ground here is the word I. Let's run toward the word I together. That's the road we're going, and that's your way, and that's my way, which is that little word I. Understand? So every single day, or as know your I, and that's how I really grow. I grow through the word I, and that's the whole celebration of my life now. I understand so many beautiful women and all this, but I have my word I. I have my word I. Or as they all waste time, or as they have nothing to do, or as they just look for plastic money. Understand? Or as they're just looking for plastic money and some physical muscle, and that's it. That's their worth. You understand? Or as those women have a worth of bicep muscles and abs, and also the plastic money. And how much can you take them around the world so that they can laugh in your face? Women laugh at your face as well. They say, look at the other man, or else the other man has $50 million in plastic money, but you have $2 million in plastic money. Or else the woman will laugh in your face. They laugh at your face straight away. Understand? Guess what? Or else what's amazing is I have my word I, so go and laugh at me. I have all the money in the world in my word I. Or else, do you need plastic money to get woman? You never need plastic money to get woman, you just need your word I. Do you need other people in the first place? You never need other people in the first place. You just need your word I. Do you need money at all in this life? You just need your word I. Do you need Jesus Christ in life? You just need the word I. There's nothing else that you never need in life other than the word I now. I mean, understand that Jesus is only teaching you the word I. So go into your I and become your own guru now. What is Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ is the word I. Jesus Christ wants you to also be the word I. And then go and be your own Jesus Christ. I mean, go be your own Jesus Christ. I mean, now, since you're equal with Jesus Christ with the word I mean, go and teach just like Jesus Christ can. I mean, Jesus Christ fully respects you and understands that you will lift Jesus Christ and everybody in the world. Now, imagine 7.6 billion people, but everybody's just lifting each other up. That's how it is in eternity. In eternity, everybody understands the word I. It's a celebration party all the time. It's a family. For example, just yesterday, I went to see this nice beautiful tree, and these parrots they're all screaming, and they're all singing and cheering, and they're all loving each other on that tree. I mean, that's what eternity is. I mean, that's a beautiful way to say that they're all just making noise. I mean, all these birds are making noise on the tree. And they're never physically violent with each other, but they understand the word I. And that's how it is in eternity, where we all sit together at the table, and we're all just talking with each other, to lift each other, and never to dispute one another, and never to argue with one another, but to lift each other through information, is how eternity is. That's it. So what do I do now? I can have all the sex in the world. I can go have sex in brothels. I can go chase my time with women. I can go wherever I want to go now. I mean, however I want to give my time, I can do it now. I understand the word I. If I want to be a porn star, I can be a porn star now, and I can understand my word I too. I mean, that's it. I can do whatever I want, but I do it in Jesus Christ's name. I make sure I follow Jesus Christ's rules still. I never go killing people. I mean, you can easily kill people and know your word I today. What's the point of that? I mean, follow Jesus Christ's rules and says, and Jesus Christ says, follow the 10 commandments of life so that you have a better life. You understand? Because if you kill other people, I mean, other people will come after you. Understand? Because do you want to be living in prison all your life? Because it's either the other people are going to shoot you or put you in prison. Understand? But you can never go to prison anyway. Or else you can kill other people and never be in prison because you know your word I. Or else now they can shoot you and you can just die, but then guess what? You pass away into eternity anyway. Understand? You go into eternity because everything's forgiven in this lifetime. You can be fully aware of your word I and do whatever you want. Understand? But guess what? I want you to anyway follow the Jesus Christ Bible. Understand? And now if you shall understand that if you're aware of your word I and you go killing people, guess what? You shall burn. I promise you. You shall burn then for your life. I promise you, because you're aware now of your word I. Or else now, if you're unaware of what you're doing, or else then you shall save yourself. Or else now, Hitler is unaware that he was killing people. Understand? But if you are Hitler and you are aware that you are killing people, you shall then perish forever. You understand? I promise you that what happens here is understand that if you're just aware of the I, and then you never follow Jesus Christ because you have the word I, but you are the opposite of Jesus Christ with the word I, and that's the Antichrist version. Now, what happens here is anybody who knows the I, who goes killing people, who has the word I, is the Antichrist. And that's somebody who's totally against Jesus Christ, but understands the word I. Or else now they shall go burn in eternity forever. Or God will never let them in the kingdom. You understand? Or that's it. So what or else now I have an opportunity here to be an Antichrist. I never want to be Antichrist. I never want to be Antichrist. You understand? I never want to go trying to be against Jesus. I love Jesus. I love this world. You understand? So I'm always going to be in eternity with Jesus Christ. But if you shall choose to be against Jesus Christ in life, you then will perish forever without us. You'll never be with the world. You'll never be in this life again. You'll never even have eternity ever again. Do you understand the life now? Fortunately, now it's totally up to you. But I understand that, for example, there is this information going around that Antichrist shall rise into this world. Whereas now it says it in the Bible. I promise you that they say in the Bible that the Antichrist shall be risen in this world, because somebody is going to understand the word I, and then what happens is, or else they're going to try to lead people away from Jesus Christ. Understand? So what happens is, apparently it's very possible, and all that happens here is understanding that somebody who knows the word I mean, never like I, but somebody else who understands the word I. Or else what happens is, or else they'll switch over the mindset, and now will teach everything opposite of Jesus Christ. You understand? Or else they'll teach everything opposite, and they will turn against Jesus Christ. You understand? And that's what the Bible says. That's fulfilling already. Although guess what? Or else I am fulfilling Jesus Christ lifestyle. I'm never doing Antichrist. I'm not doing Antichrist. I'm doing something greater than Antichrist. I understand every single day I am Jesus Christ. I follow Jesus Christ. I don't follow the other way. I mean, guess what? I understand now a greater version of myself. I understand I want to go into eternity with Jesus Christ. I choose God again, even though I know my I. Whereas now, understand that people are aware and they're not choosing Jesus Christ. Or else they're unaware and never choosing Jesus Christ. But they're unaware. I mean, now you shall be forgiven because you're unaware. Because Jesus Christ says, Father, forgive them, for they never know what they do. I understand? And because they never know about what they're doing. So they shall be forgiven. But if they know what they're doing in terms of I, and let's say the Pharisees, for example, in the past, or if they all knew to go be doing that to Jesus Christ, and they actually know the word I, Jesus Christ shall never even enter this world to help you. Understand? Now, everybody then perishes from this lifestyle. I mean, you shall never even understand that there is a God above you. Understand? I mean, that's why Jesus Christ came here, to make humanity much more aware of everything. Because understand that since Jesus Christ does say that, Father, they never know what they do. I mean, understand that Jesus Christ says, I understand, Father, that they do not understand what they do in I. Understand? Now, if they did understand the word I, and they killed Jesus Christ, basing it that they know the word I, then they all perish in lifestyle. They all perish in the lifestyle of everything and eternity. They just live up to 80 years of age or whatever, and they die, and they never get risen from Jesus Christ. Or Jesus Christ never comes to risen them ever again. Understand? Because what happens here is they know the word I. Understand? And now understand that's how it is. That's how it is. So be very aware that when you become the word I, and when you understand the word I, you be very careful to choose Jesus Christ again. Choose Jesus Christ again and go with Jesus Christ again, because there is an eternity. Whereas now my grandfather and my parents, in terms of my biological family who has passed away, in terms of who has, let's say, physically gone from this world, or else they're with Jesus Christ now because they are unaware of themselves. You understand? I'm aware of myself, so I have a decision here which says I'm going with Jesus Christ. You understand? Which means I shall be with my biological family as well, and Jesus Christ and eternity, because I choose that. Or now God never chooses I, because I choose God, or then I choose to perish away then. Understand? It's that simple then. I'm happier then. That I want to be with God. I want to be with eternity. I want to be with everybody in eternity. So there is a hell and heaven. You have to understand. There is a hell in heaven. There is a hell in heaven. Understand? There is a hell in heaven, and there is a heaven in hell. Now you choose heaven. You choose to be Christ, and never choose to be Antichrist. Whereas now, when you know your word I, you must understand that if you shall kill from the 10 Commandments, where you know your I, you shall perish forever. Whereas now, if I go killing, I never go killing. I never go killing anybody. But if somebody goes killing people who know the word I, whereas now, because they know the word I, they shall never enter eternity. Whereas now, Hitler goes into eternity because he's unaware of the word I. Do you understand that? Hitler has been killing 20 million people in the planet. Understand? But he's unaware of the word I, so he shall be forgiven for his sins, and he shall go into eternity because he's unaware that he's doing it. Guess what? I love everything, but understand, I love everything. You understand? I just understand to follow Jesus Christ. Now, since I do say that, I shall be entering the kingdom of God very soon. Understand? It's just one moment, or it's very quick. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else who may call themselves Antichrist. You understand? I mean, they may dress up as Antichrist or whatever, but understand they may dress totally like that, which is different from Jesus Christ, but they know the word I, and they start causing a devastation around the world. And it's going to be someone around politics, I promise you. And they're going to try cause all these world wars and going around and killing people and devastating everything because they know the word I, but then what happens is they go Antichrist. And what happens from this point on is, I tell you right now, you shall be in the kingdom of God if you just resist them. I mean, understand they'll come after you. I mean, those individuals will come after you. You understand? Whereas now, if you understand what happens over here, is you know your word I, you never physically try to hurt them. You never physically try to hurt them, but let them hurt you. Whereas now, what happens here is you have to choose the Jesus Christ lifestyle totally. And what happens here is understand that you have to be risen in Jesus Christ's name and let them kill you. First, that's it. First, now, anybody who kills you, you have to understand that's how you enter the kingdom of God. You understand? First, now, if you go killing other people, you then only ever enter the kingdom of God if you are unaware that you're doing it. Whereas if you're killing other people and you are unaware, you shall enter the kingdom of God. But if you are aware of yourself and you're killing other people, then you shall never inherit the kingdom of God. Whereas now, whereas if, for example, you know your I, whereas if you know your I, but you choose to be Antichrist, you shall never, ever go in the kingdom of God. Whereas if you know your I, but you choose Jesus Christ, and for others to kill you, you then go enter the Jesus Christ lifestyle. You then go into eternity with Jesus Christ. I mean, in a sense, that's the whole test. That's the whole test of this life. I'm already passing that test. You understand? So every single day, I'm smart to understand that. Whereas now, somebody else is going to come along. And what's going to happen is they're going to choose the word I, like I'm teaching you now, to choose the word I, but never choose Antichrist. I mean, choose to understand who you are, which is the word I, but choose Jesus Christ. Is I'm saying, choose Jesus Christ. I'm saying, choose Jesus Christ, please. I promise you, although, what happens now is just live your life. Whereas now, if somebody comes to shoot you because of something you are, or else you go into eternity. So let them, let them totally. You understand? So every single day, believe the Bible and believe what's happening in the Bible. You understand? But understand now, since I'm aware, or else I can never perish away. I can never perish away. I can see God. I can see I am in eternity with God. I'm aware in this lifestyle. I'm aware in this world, just like Jesus Christ. I'm aware as Jesus Christ is today. I'm just like Jesus Christ, but I choose to go the silent road now because I understand that many people around me are dangerous. I promise you. But they're very dangerous because they are unaware that they are dangerous. I mean, they are unaware. But if I see someone who's aware of themselves and they're dangerous, I run. I mean, you understand? Because they're aware. I mean, they're aware of the I, and they want to kill me. I'm pretty sure I'll run away. You understand? I'll run away as fast as possible. Or else either way, I'm pretty sure I'll get to survive. Russia, although I understand that they will be chasing you. I mean, in a sense, every single day, focus upon understanding that it's that kind of world today. But I understand either way that I'm just always living my life, but I'm much happier now because I do get eternity with Jesus Christ. And I really do amplify my success over here. I understand every single day I have a beautiful portable speaker that's an amplifier as well, which adds to the story. Every single day I amplify everything now in Jesus Christ's name and just focus on understanding this now. That now everything that has ever been written in lifestyle in terms of Jesus Christ in this world is going to fulfill itself. Whereas if you say that meteorites will come crashing down in this world and kill everybody, you shall understand that it comes true. Or anything that you say in this world shall come true. I mean, you understand? I promise you, it shall come to pass because it's something of a wish that you have. I promise you, every single day, focus upon understanding why you can go lift people and then go and love yourself every single day. I mean, focus on something you love to do and focus on understanding how you're going to do that every single day. But when you understand that when you're lifting people, you know the word I, and that's how you really understand all the ideas. You understand every single day now that when I'm lifting people all the time, I'm focusing on something I love to do daily. And then I focus upon lifting people all the time. I'm making sure I'm always lifting myself. And when I do that, I'm looking at myself in the mirror, which is my phone over here. And I'm just loving myself in terms of my eye. Version, that's all you have to do. Version, that's all you have to ever do in your life. You just look at yourself in the mirror all day long and focus on your word I. Version, that's how you live, people. I promise you, every single day I focus upon different areas of persuasion. I'm focusing on helping people in different areas of life. Version, that's all you have to do every single day. Just make sure you're doing something that helps you grow. Version, when you're doing something that helps you grow daily, you understand how to live life. You live it with your I only. That's it. I promise you, although that this nice beautiful video can still go on, I promise you every single day, I understand every single day how to live people. I promise you when I live people, I live them differently. I do something differently that I've never done before. I promise you I'm always looking to help people in different areas of life. So making sure I understand that now, since I understand my word I can let it be with this video. I understand every single day that I am going to do my life now. I promise you every single day I go and focus upon something much greater now, but I'm much aware now about Antichrist and Jesus Christ and the word I, and also myself about the Bible, the story of Jesus Christ, and about everything that's going to happen as well. Because I understand the word I can foresee it. I can see everything about everything that's going to happen. I understand. So that's the kind of special gift that you have to give yourself. You have to give yourself the word I, but then choose Jesus Christ. I understand, because I understand that the word I is something of the 10 Commandments. You still have to choose it yourself. You have to learn to choose Jesus Christ daily. You understand? And never ever try to choose anything opposite of Jesus Christ. I still believe in Jesus Christ and the 10 Commandments of life. And I make Jesus Christ my ruler. I understand? I make him my savior. I make him my eternal flame. I understand? Because I understand Jesus Christ came before I understand? I mean, Jesus Christ came here to die for I mean, to teach me that there is something greater. And you're in a test to choose and pick what you want to do, but choose Jesus Christ over Antichrist.